All right, let me just make sure everybody alive. Nila, you gotta change your name. I just see Nikolai McLeod. Yeah, boy. I get excited when I see Nikolai. But don't worry, don't worry. Yeah, Nila, you all right?
I am okay, sir.
That's good, that's good. Yeah, your maths exam went already.
Yes, sir.
Was good or bad?
I wouldn't say it was good, nor would I say it was bad, but it was okay, sir.
Uh, you saw me around nonchalant, just like, it was normal. It's normal. I'm sure you're gonna do good. From our
I
brief
hope so too, sir.
from our brief interactions, it sounds like you're good at maths. You're just like kind of humble, if that makes sense. Right. So, Chiron, let's start off with this question. In the last class, we did significant figures, so we should be fine. So, Chiron, write the following numbers correct to one significant figure. Chiron, what's the first significant figure here?
3.
The 3. So, I'm going to underline 3, and they said to one significant figure. So, we're going to look at the number after 3, which is,
6.
right? Since the number after 3 is 6, are we going to round up or round down?
Round up.
Exactly. So, what is the answer going to be?
0.4.
Anybody have a problem with this question or we Gucci? Let me know, guys. Sachin, you understand this or not? Sachin, let me know.
Yes, sir.
Nikhil, easy thing, right? Or not?
Yes, sir.
Nia, Neela, Lyndon, Videsh, Kala. Kala, let me know if you're confused. Talk to me, Kala. If anything confusing, you just talk to me.
No, sir.
All right,
I'm gonna
so Kala, let's move on to the other question. So, what is the first significant figure here?
search 3.
3. Uh-huh. What's the number? Well, we considering this as after, right? So what's the number after 3?
So 9.
9. Since it's 9, would we round up 3 or round down 3?
Round up 3 because it's more than 5.
Correct. And so my answer will be what?
It'll be 4.9.
It'll be 4. It'll be 4. Let me explain why. So when you're rounding off, you give your answer correct to, in this case, the significant figure. So Carla, in this question, 3 was the first significant figure. Number after 3 was 6. Since the number after 3 is 5 or more, we're going to add 1 to the 3 and then drop everything after. So that's just 0.4. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So I would not advise you all to put 0.400. I would not advise that. They said to one significant figure. This is the first significant figure. Number after is 6. So you add 1 to 3. That becomes 4. 0.4 is the answer. So Carla, it's the same concept here. The first significant figure is 3. What's the number after 3?
9.
9. So we're going to add 1 to,
The 3.
right? And I'm going to drop everything after. So it's just 4. You okay?
Yes, sir.
Let me know if all you're alright with this. We good or not? Alright, don't be
Yes.
moving dry and thing, you know. You don't know his vibes. Talk to me. Give me some hype. Chiron. Chiron, how you moving?
Yes.
Moving dead boy. Energy, energy. Alright, there we go. Hence, estimate the integer value of this. Anytime you see the word hence, what does that mean? Anybody could tell me? Hence. What I mean? Hence. Hence.
You had to use the information you had in the previous question.
That is it. So, Chiron, what was the previous information?
The um the equation.
Equation. Nah, I don't see any equations. I don't see any equations. What did we do in the previous part?
Find the significant figure.
So we rounded off, right?
Yeah.
And now they're saying hence. So what do you suppose I should do?
Uh, finely significant figure of that as well?
Elaborate.
Well, you solve that that and a finely significant figure to one of that.
That would not be correct. So Chiron is saying to work this out and then round it off to one significant figure. Could anybody tell us why, in the context of this question, that would be wrong? Anybody want to tell us why that would not be the most appropriate thing to do? Nicole, what do you think we should do in this question?
I think we should. Wait, was it good? Hold on.
They said, hence estimate the integer value of. So guys, Chiron, they're using the word hence. So anytime you see the word hence, chances are we have to utilize the previous answers. So Chiron, let's look at the previous answers. So Chiron, we said that 0.367 is approximately what? What we say, Chiron?
0.4
Right. And what else we say about 3.94?
is approximately 4.
How would that information be used in this question? Talk to
Or
me.
you should replace the values with the estimated values, like 1000 times 0.4 over
Yes,
4.
that is it. That is why they use the word hence. Right? That's why they use the word hence. You with me now?
Yes, sir.
Good. What's 1,000 by 0.4?
400.
1,000 by 0.4, right? 400 again?
Wait.
No, that's correct. That's fine.
Okay.
Because if you're multiplying 0.4 by 1,000, I would shift my decimal places, decimal place 3 spaces to the right. So 1, 2, 3, which should be 400. So you're right. And we have that over 4. Anybody can tell me what the square root of 400 is? What's the square root of 400?
20.
Yeah, that's 20. And that's going to be over 4, right, Chiron? So what's your final answer?
5.
5. Anybody can tell me what an integer is on that? Does anybody know what an integer?
Whole number.
Yes. So it's negative whole numbers, 0, and positive whole numbers. So let me give you all an example. So say -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. So integer values are positive whole numbers, negative whole numbers, and 0. Chiron, would you say that 4.5 is an integer? Tell me, Chiron.
No. No.
Do you all think 4.5 would be an integer?
No.
No, it would not. It would not. All right. Would 4 be an integer?
Yes.
Yeah, it would. Cool. So anytime you see the word hence, what does that mean? Anybody want to tell me? Hence. Come on, guys. Tell me.
The information before.
The information before you find something in the last question, you gotta use it in this question now. That is what it means. We're gonna move on. All right. So, Sachin, read part B for me.
Eden, Rotan, and Keelan share berries at a ratio 3 to 5 respectively. Eden receives 12 more berries than Brooke. Calculate the total number of berries shared.
So, Sachin, when you read a question like this, who is the first thing that comes to mind?
Shady Bears around Eden, Brooke, and Keelan.
Right? So, and they gave us a ratio here, right? You see in the ratio 3 to 2 to 5.
Yes.
Could you tell me who received 3 shares? Who received the 3 shares? Who?
Eden.
That's Eden, right? Who received 2 shares?
Brooke.
Brooke. And who received 5 shares?
Keelan.
Is everybody in class okay up to this point, or you're confused? Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So, I get a question like this, almost identical to this in my end too.
You probably put the question in the chat GPT and ask it to change it around how it's probably. Yeah.
Okay, so my school has sent me sample paper, right? I go and send you the sample paper and it's heavy ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's the direction people heading in now. They're not making up any questions again. It's AI killing people, Trust. Hey, you know what really pissed me off? Them AI flyers, boy. Everybody using AI to make
And it could tell us AI, yeah?
You could tell it's horrible, it's horrible. Okay, anyways. So Sachin, in the question, what are they saying about Eden? What are they saying about Eden?
Eden receives 12 more berries.
Right, so Eden receives 12 more berries and Brooke. Okay. If at any point in time I lose you all, please tell me about trying to go extremely slow. So, Sachin, they're saying Eden receives 12 more berries than Brooke. So we are looking at what two people? What two people are we looking at?
Sir, repeat my laptop.
So they're saying Eden receives 12 more berries than Brooke. So what two persons are we talking about?
I'm talking about Eden and Brooke.
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to underline these two over here. So Eden received 3 shares. This is Eden. And Brooke received 2 shares. Now tell me, Sachin, how much more berries did Eden receive than Brooke?
12.
You okay with that, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if we are talking about shares, Eden received 3 shares and Brooke received 2 shares. What's the difference in terms of shares, Sachin? So Eden is 3 shares and Brooke is 2 shares. What's the difference in the amount of shares they got?
1.
Right. So Eden minus Brooke is equal to how much shares?
1.
1 what?
1 share.
1 share, right? And what do you think that 1 share is equal to, according to what the question said?
Yeah. I think we're to find out how much 1 share is.
You could figure that out. I'm sure you could figure that out. Read back the question. I'm not going to tell you anything from here. I want you all to figure this out by yourself. So, Sachin, read the question for me, specifically the second part of the question, and it'll tell you the answer.
Received 12 more berries than Brooke. Calculate the total number of berries shared.
So, what do you think 1 share is equal to? All right, so Sachin, if I knew the amount of berries Eden got and I minus the amount of berries Brooke got, what will the answer be equal to according to the question?
I'll give you how much is how much berries is 1 share.
I'm struggling to hear. Say that again.
It'll tell you how much berries is one share.
Exactly, but in the question, I want you to read what I said in red. What did I underline in red?
Eden receives 12 more berries than Brooke.
So, Sachin, read that back one more time.
Eden receives 12 more berries than Brooke.
So, Sachin, if I take the amount of berries Eden have and I minus the amount of berries Brooke have, what will our number be?
So you can repeat.
All right, so if I had the number, okay, if I knew the number of berries Eden had and I minus the amount of berries Brooke had, what would that be equal to?
So after exam, laptop ba?
Sachin, you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know why, but sometimes man, it just lagging so.
All right. So Eden receives 12 more berries than Brooke. So what's the difference then between Eden and Brooke? Can anybody tell me?
Yes.
What?
So they say Aidan received 12 more berries than Brooke, right? So Brooke has 2 shares and Aidan has one more share than Brooke. Therefore, Aidan would have 12 shares, meaning 1 share equals 12.
I wouldn't say he has 12 shares. He has 12,
Well, 12. Yeah.
right? So from the question, they're telling us the difference is actually 12. If you all are confused by that, let me give you an example. Let's just say let's just say Brooke had 100 berries, right? According to the question, how much would Eden have then? Sachin, you tell me. According to the question, if Brooke had 100 berries, how much would Eden have?
Are you? What's up? Are you?
You could figure that out. Read back the parts in red. That's the most important thing here. Read it back. Okay, I'm not hearing Sachin. Sachin, you there? Talk to me. So this part is telling us, right, so Sachin, what is this saying over here? What does that say? Talk to me. What does this say?
Eden receives 12 more berries than Brooke.
All right, so Sachin, if Brooke had 100 berries, how much do you think Eden would have? According to that piece of information.
112.
112. And what would the difference be?
12.
Exactly. So when they say Eden receives 12 more berries than Brooke, what does that mean, Sachin? It means that Eden minus Brooke would actually be 12. 12 berries. Nikhil, let me know if you understand what I'm saying or no.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is anybody confused or are you all with me? Carla, let me know if you understand.
So I'm not going to tell you I don't understand.
All right. So Carla, which part I lose you at?
Uh, which part is where the how it does know with the ratio they gave you there, the 3, 2, and 5, and then they said the 12. How much is the what number is the 3? What the 3 represent? Like 12?
It represents shares. It represents, so like, okay, imagine if I had $100, right? Imagine I had $100. Yeah? Right?
Yes, sir.
And I shared it. I share the money in a 1-to-1 ratio. What that means is I share the money in 2 shares altogether. And okay, if I have $100 altogether and I'm sharing it amongst 2 people, what do you think each person would get then?
So 50.
50. So this 1-to-1 ratio means that I'm splitting the money evenly amongst 2 people. So the one represents a share. So we have 1 share over here and we have 1 share over here. So altogether, we'd have 2 shares, which is equal to the total amount of money, just to say 100. So in using that, we'll be able to figure out how much 1 share would be, which is 50. So this 3, 2, 5 just corresponds to shares. It's like a ratio in how I'm splitting the berries. Let me get another example. If I share this in a 1-to-3 ratio, right, Carla, what would that mean? So this would mean I have 1 share over here, and this would mean 3 shares over here. You with me?
Yes, sir.
And how much money do I have to split in all?
You have to split the 100 3 times.
I wouldn't say 3 times, right? So when you look at this carefully, you see you have 1 share over here, and you have 3 share over here, 3 shares over there. So how much shares you have to have all together? How much
You
shares?
sure?
Right, so we have 1 share over here, and we have 3 shares over here.
4 shares, sir?
We have 4 shares altogether. Now we know that the 4 shares must be equal to the total amount of money, which is
100.
correct. So could we figure out for 1 share now? So if 4 shares is 100, how would I find for 1 share?
You have to divide the 100 by 3? No, by
By 4. Yes.
4.
Think of it like this, right? If I tell you 4 roti is $100, how you gonna find for 1 roti?
You divide it.
Divided by 4, right? To find for 1. So 100 divided by 4 is 25, right?
25.
So therefore, 1 share is 25. So this 1 share over here would be 25. And the 3 shares over here would be what? If 1 share is 25 and this is 3 shares, what would that be?
275?
75, right? That's what you say?
Yes, sir.
Good. And say you see, the 25, so the 1 share actually represented $25. The 3 shares actually represented $75. And when you add up 25 and 75, what do you get back?
300.
Exactly. And here's the thing, Carla. You'd notice that it's a 1-to-3 ratio. What does that mean? So, Carla, over here we see 25, right? If you multiply 25 by 3, what do you think you'll get?
25 multiplied by 3, 75.
Exactly. So it's a 1-to-3 ratio. So whatever number is over here, you'll multiply by 3 to get the answer over here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what ratios are. It's just a way of splitting money or some physical object or something like that.
Makes it easier how you had it there because it had the 100 to divide it into the shares, but this one didn't give you a amount, let's give you 325.
Don't worry, it's easy still, I promise. So, Carla, when you read the question, they're saying Eden, Brooke, and Keaton, they're sharing berries in a ratio 3 to 2 to 5. So this 3 represents 3 shares, 2 shares, and 5 shares, right? Respectively. So this who received 3 shares? Tell me, Carla. Who received 3 shares? Eden, right? Who received 2 shares?
Book.
And who received 5 shares?
Carded.
Right? Keaton, however you want to say name. Right? Cool. And then they're telling us this piece of information here. What are they saying? What are they saying?
Eden received 12 more berries than book.
All right. So, Carla, if I knew how much Eden got and I minus it, okay, let me just say I have Eden minus Brooke, right? What do you think that would be? What's the difference in berries? What do you think that would be? Okay, so from this piece of information, whatever Brooke receives, how much does Eden receive on top of that?
Eden received 12
12 what?
more berries than book.
Correct. So let me just say Brooke had 100 berries. How much would Eden have?
Eden would have 112?
Exactly. If Brooke had 0 berries, how much Eden would I have?
Eden would have 12.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is the difference between the amount of berries Aidan has and Brooke has will always be what?
So repeat what you said?
So what would the difference in berries be between Aidan and Brooke?
Different would that be you don't have more, well, 12 more than book.
Correct. So A minus B would always be equal to
To 12?
12. Yes, to 12, because Aidan always receives 12 more berries than Brooke. You understand?
Oh, so now okay.
So whatever amount Brooke have, Aidan will always have 12 more. So when you minus it, it'll always be equal to 12. Because the difference will always be 12. Because Aidan always receiving 12 more than Brooke. Look at this for instance. What's 112 minus 100?
12.
What's 12 minus 0?
12.
Exactly. So the difference between Aidan and Brooke will always be how much berries?
12.
12 what?
12 berries more than book. More than
Yeah, I say the
book.
correct thing, more than Brooke. Right. So are you with me so far? When I say A minus B is 12 berries.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Good. Are you with me? Don't be dry and think, talk to me. Let me know if you understand this statement over here, Nia. You understand our statement? Videsh, Jashan, Kyron, Sachin. Don't just say yes. If you're confused, talk to me. Neela, Lyndon. Let me know what's going on, guys.
No, sir, I understand, sir.
I understand.
Videsh, you okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Lyndon. You're a bit quiet. Talk to me. Let me know if you're confused.
Yes, sir. Yeah, normal.
You normal?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
yes, sir.
Okay. So, who was I doing the question with originally? Who was I originally? Who I was doing the question with? All
Sachin.
right, Sachin. So, Sachin, the difference in berries between Aidan and Brooke will always be what? Remind me. What will the difference between Aidan and Brooke always be? How much berries? Say that again, Sachin.
12.
Right. So A minus B will always be 12 berries. Now, in terms of shares, how much more shares does Aidan get than Brooke?
You only get one more share on it.
Exactly. So anybody could tell me what one share would be equal to? Sachin, you try to figure it out. Sachin, what would one share be equal to then? How much berries do you think one share would be equal to? Talk to me, Sachin. So Sachin, the difference between Aidan and Brooke will always be how much berries?
12.
And what's the difference in terms of shares between Aidan and Brooke?
1.
So how much do you think one share would be? How much berries do you think one share would be?
Would it be 12?
Yeah, it would be 12 because what? A minus B is 12 berries and A minus B is one share. So then therefore one share would be equal to 12 berries. Carla, that makes sense or no?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Talk to Makala. Let me know that makes sense. Nickel?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So the original question asked us the total number of berries shared. So Carla and Sachin, I want to let you team up and try to figure out this question. So we're real close now. We're real close. We could almost taste the victory, right? How am I gonna find the total number of berries? So Carla and Sachin are like a team up and discuss.
So I think I might know the solution to that.
Talk. Say the solution and Carla, you go see if you agree with it.
So would it be you multiply 12 by 3, 12 by 2, 12 by 5, and then add up all?
Carla, what you say about the idea?
I would add up all, but I only add it up by the 12.
So Carla, you wouldn't have multiplied by 12? Or you would have multiplied by 12 eventually?
And I multiply, what are I be thinking like how is one more with the ratio and I add on the I'm gonna change the ratio and then multiply by 12.
Hmm. Alright, so what Sachin said is correct. Sachin, you're correct. Carla, let me try to understand this. Make sure you understand it. So Carla, how much shares does Eden get again?
12 more berries than book.
Wait, when we're talking about shares, a bit different. So
Oh, you mean one more. Sorry, one.
So right now we're just talking about Eden, right? Forget about Eden, Eden and Brocante. Forget about the beef. Eden gets how much shares? How much shares does Eden get?
3,
Right? How much shares does Brooke get?
2,
And how much shares does Kaden get?
5,
Good. And how much is one share?
12. One says 12.
12 berries, right? 12 berries. So think to yourself, Carla, how could we find total number of berries then if we know what one share is?
Add all by 12.
When you say add all by 12, talk to me. What do you mean by that?
Add on 12 by Aidan Book and Kidon.
So you want me to say 12 plus 3 is 15, 12 plus 2 is 14, that kind of thing?
Mm.
You gotta be careful, you know. It wouldn't be adding. Think about it, Carla. If one share is 12 berries, how would I find for 3 shares? Would I add or would I what would I do?
By
I would do?
multiply.
I would multiply. So if Aidan got 3 shares, how would I find how much berries he get?
Berries. Multiply by 12.
Multiply what by 12?
D3.
Yes. So how much berries would Aidan have?
36.
Right? How much berries would Brooke have?
Um, 24.
Right? How much berries would Kaden have?
60.
Correct. And if you know how much berries each of them get individually, and you can find the total number of berries.
You want to add all.
Yep. So Sachin, was correct. So that's one way you could do it. What I would do is I would have just find the total number of shares and then multiply that by 12, which is also correct. So Neela, let me know if you fully understand.
Yes, sir.
All right. Nickel, you okay?
Yes, sir.
Vidish, Chiron, Jashon, let me know if you're okay.
Yes,
Yes.
All right. So Chiron, just to make sure I fully understand, tell me again, how would I find the total number?
Well, when you multiply the shares by the 12, you add up all and you get the total number.
Good. So I could say 3 by what?
3 by 12 plus 12 by 2 plus the 12 by the 5.
And what would I get altogether?
120.
And that's one way you could have done the question. That's one way. Another way you could have do it, you could have just find the total number of shares. So anybody could tell me what the total number of shares is or not?
10, sir.
10, that's correct. And I could just multiply 10 by what?
12, sir.
That's correct, Joshon. And it's 10 by 12.
120.
Wow. Good. Carla, you understand the other method or not? The 10 by the 12.
The first one was simpler.
When you think about it, it's not really that different, you know. Because think about it, right, Carla? How much shares Eden gets?
You can get 12 more.
Now, don't think about
That
that.
tree. Oh gosh, I keep saying that tree.
That's all right. So Aidan get 3 shares. How much shares Brooke get?
2.
How much shares Kieran gets?
Oh yes, 10 and all when you add it.
All right. So altogether, the berries were shared like in 10 shares, right? 10 shares altogether. 10 shares. And how much is 1 share?
One well,
What was 1 share again?
12.
All right. So if we have 10 shares altogether and it's 12, 10 by 12, 120. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a different way to think about it. Are you okay with the question?
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
know,
sir.
you know what I should do? I should make up a different question like this and give all it to see if I truly understand it. I feel I should do that. I will do that. Give me a moment. Let me see if I really understand ratios. Ratios is something that's giving real people trouble, you know. But I don't think ratios are bad. Right? Again, any question? Oh, let's think are they ready for the new question? I didn't even see it yet, but like let me know. I think I like to handle it.
Yes, sir.
Well, I like that spirit, Nila.
Yes, sir.
Pick up yourself, Jashon. All it maths is just logic, you know. It has reached a point where it has become more than logic, but the maths all they do is purely logical. It's just, but I know English is a scary thing, eh? I don't like maths with English in it. I'll be real. I like abstract maths. Yeah. When I have English in maths, it's be kind of confusing. Because as somebody with ADHD, when I do any type of questions, I have to read it back like 2 times sometimes. Because, you know, like, I had to like go back and fully understand what it's saying. So I understand as an issue some of you will face, you know? Right, so I given earlier 3 minutes, try to figure out the question here. So Kala, Sachin, I want to see that all you attempted, right? The main thing I want to see, just want to see our attempt. I want to see all you thinking, right? Kyron, do you use ChatGPT to get the answer? I try to think.
Finish it.
Joshua, you finished already? Hey boy. Joshua, you dread boy. Vidish,
Yes, sir.
I real ChatGPT thing, boy. Wow,
I telling you.
that whole thing is just ChatGPT.
You should see we end that term, the practice paper.
That's ridiculous.
Check out
That,
this sets question. I was getting all kind of half a person and thing.
that is ridiculous. Education system going to sarcastically with.
I sent you the wrong one. I meant I sent you the thing. I sent you the solutions.
Alright, Kala, you getting through? Sachin, talk to me. I'm gonna call again.
So, I'm still working it out.
No problem. Sachin, talk to her. It's so obvious that ChatGPT is funny.
Mhm.
Wow. You want to know how I know it's ChatGPT? Well, it's not just ChatGPT. It look like some of the stuff he work out, but like when you look at some things, right? You see how roots of a quadratic equation and it have like minus b. Like okay, you know how it would in the formula sheet, you see the actual formula, like in like multiple lines, but I'm not sure if
Yeah,
you see, but it's just like all like on the same line. It's not like it's not like I don't know how to describe it. Yeah. But I'll check the question out.
because down to the teacher too was getting half a person, and that was after the exam. I went and talked to him about it.
You see, when you use ChatGPT, sometimes it is like parameterize the questions kind of poorly. So you end up with like weird answers. Honestly, if I was setting an exam, I would probably use Claude. Claude is a lot smarter than ChatGPT. ChatGPT is like so dumb.
Mm.
Like, I don't know why people use ChatGPT to make sense. Alright, the time is up. Did any of you all get through with the question other than Jashon? I know Jashon say he get through. Anybody else get through?
Yes, sir.
I think
Neela get through. Anybody else? Nikhil, I expect you to get through.
Yeah, I did.
Right, I expect you sound like you good at maths. Right? Lyndon, you get through or not?
yes, I finished.
Alright. Sachin, talk to me. See in some trouble? Or you get through.
So, almost, I give me like a minute or almost in.
Alright. Chiron. Was he planning again through? Oh yeah,
Yes, sir, again, true.
again through. You didn't get through yet. So
No, yeah, I got you. I got you.
okay. I hearing a lot of I get through, if all they don't get through, that's fine. And that's why I'm here to help all you. Right, Carla, you get through, you're struggling out.
So when I finish, well, let me see.
We go see.
Okay.
There we go. There we go, right? Fun stuff. So they're saying Emma, Carla gonna help me with this question, right? So they're saying Emma, Kai, and Zara share stickers in the ratio 5 to 3 to 8 respectively. So before I even do anything, I can put on 5, 3, 8, right? And I want you to tell McCullough who got the 5 shares.
Emma.
That's Emma, right? Who get the 3 shares,
Kaya.
right? Who get the 8 shares?
Zara.
Anybody had trouble figuring out this? Or did everybody figure this out at least this much?
Yes, sir, I get that.
If you didn't figure this out, they're gonna get the whole question wrong, eh? I'm telling you. You will get the entire question wrong. Let me know now, they get through this or no?
Yes, sir.
Check it.
Okay. Then they're saying Zara received 35 more stickers than Kai. So Kala, which two people we talking about there?
Zara and Kai.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna underline them. You tell me where you did, Kala.
So well, what I did, I put, well, K minus Z equals 35.
You had to be careful about that. You had to be careful about that. Is it K minus Z or should it be Z minus K?
You put the
I
one
mean,
really big. Okay,
yes,
I saw it will.
you still get correct. to an extent, but you might lose a mark for working. So here I was saying, right, Carla? Who got the more shares? Was it Kai or was it Zara? Who got more shares?
Sarah got the most shares.
Right. So you're really supposed to say Z minus K, and what that'll be equal to?
35.
That'll be equal to 35 what? You had to tell me what that'll be. 35.
Stickers.
Right, 35 stickers. Good. What next?
I still don't know what to change. The next step, I'd put Emma equals to 5
Okay.
and Kite equals to 3. Therefore, 1 share equals to 35.
Nah.
I get wrong there?
Yeah. So let me think about it logically, right, Carla? I think about it logically. So the difference between
Yes,
we said the difference between Zara and Kai is how much stickers?
35.
Good. So we look at the number of stickers and we need to look at the number of shares. That's what we need to look at.
Okay.
So we know the difference in stickers, but what's the difference in shares? Tell me, what's the difference in shares between Zara and Kai?
Okay.
And I'm talking about number of shares. With these questions, Carla, you need to find for 1 share first. So before you could do that, you have to like be able to form an equation at some point. So Carla, when you look at the question, how much shares did Zara receive?
35.
No, that is
No,
not shares. That's stickers.
8.
Give time. 8 shares. How much shares did Kai receive?
3.
3 shares. So what's the difference in number of shares then?
So 3?
No, it wouldn't be 3.
So sorry, 5.
5 shares. So Z minus K is really how much shares?
So 5?
5 shares. What do you think I should do next?
Uh,
I want you to think. So we want to find the total number of stickers shared. So before I could do that, I would have to find for 1 share. Tell me, Carla, how could I find for 1 share?
so 35 divided by 5?
Yes. I won't say. Right, but you gotta be able to write it in an equation. So what equation do you think I should write here?
Um,
And if you did working, please send it to me. Please send it to me. Don't just keep it in your book. So Carla, you need to be able to write an equation. So look at this as for inspiration. Over
I'll
here.
show you. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So what equation could I write here?
So the equation you talk about is therefore, or that's the one with the ones in the brackets?
Right. So our equation means that 2 things are equal, right? So Z minus K is 35 stickers. And you know what
Right.
Z minus K is also equal to? It's also equal to 5 shares. So I could say that 5 shares is equal to what? What is 5 shares equal to?
K minus K.
Right, which is
7?
now. Um,
This one.
I don't want to tell you the answer. I want you to think about this.
Right, okay.
Again, all if all you do working, please send it to me. All right, don't just keep it in your book. Let me see what you do.
That's right.
So, Carla, promise is not as hard as you think. So, 5 shares would be equal to how much stickers? How much?
65?
Yes, right? Because in both instances, Carla, both of these are equal to z minus k. So, in other words, 5 shares is equivalent to 35 stickers. So, you're going to say 5 shares is equal to 35 stickers. What next? So for me to figure out the total number of stickers shared, I would first have to find for how much shares, Carla. Talk to me.
Let's find for one.
I gotta find for 1 share. Yeah. How am I gonna find for 1 share?
You divide the 5 by 35.
Right? I divided 35 by 5. And so we see that 1 share is how much stickers?
7.
Right. 1 share is equal to 7 stickers. Cool. So Carla, think. I know you could do it. How am I gonna find the total number of stickers shared now?
You add, you multiply. You multiply 35 by the 5, the 3 and the 8 each.
Nah, take your time. So you're saying to multiply by 35, but I'll be wrong because 35 is actually 5 shares, not 1 share. Remember, Carla, this is
Okay.
5 shares over here. So if this is 5 shares, how much is 1 share? Remind me, how much is 1 share?
7.
Right. So how would I find for 5 shares?
You multiply 7 by 5.
Right? Cool. How would I find how much stickers Kai got?
You multiply 7 by 3.
Right. And I want you to understand why we're doing this, Carla. That's the most important thing. If you go to multiply 3 by 35, that don't make any sense because that will be 5 by 3. That will be 15 shares. That don't make sense. However, if you find for 1 share, you can scale that up to any amount of shares you want. Let's just say you wanted 7 shares. Well, 7 shares would just be 7 by 7. So that'll be 49 stickers, you understand?
Yes, sir.
So with these questions, you had to find for 1 share first. Because once you know what 1 share is, you can find for 5 shares, you can find for 3 shares, you can find for 8 shares. So, tell me, altogether, Carla, how much shares we have altogether?
Yes, sir. 103.
Wait it.
103.
Right, wait it. Take your time. So, we're talking about a way to find the total number of shares, not stickers, total number of shares for now. So, looking at the ratio, how much shares do you think we have altogether?
8.
Now, we don't have 8.
No, I count.
Take your time, take your time. I'm not rushing you.
16.
16. So, altogether, we have 16 shares, right? So, if I wanted to find the total number of stickers, what I could do with that?
So you multiply the 16 by the 35.
I want you to think about it. Think about it very carefully. If you think it's correct, think about the logic behind it.
Mhm.
Okay. Why you tell me 35? I want you to tell me why you say 35.
Because I the amount of stickers.
For 1 share?
No, not for extra. I'm gonna look it back here, sir.
You see, Carla,
Thank you,
look
sir.
at this, right? if I multiply both by 16, 5 by 16, yeah, 5 by 16, that's gonna be, I think that will be
A big
80.
number.
You'll be finding for 80 shares, you know. That way you could be finding for 80 shares. How much shares I want to find for?
1.
16 shares. I want to find for 16 shares. So this 35 stickers, here what? This 35 stickers, that was equal to 5 shares. The only way that's useful for us is if we could find for what 1 share is. You see this? This is the most important thing here. The 1 share. And I don't just want you to follow a procedure. I want you to think about it logically. So 1 share is 7 stickers, right?
Yes, sir.
And I want to find for 16 shares. So if 1 is 7, how would I find for 16? Let me give you an example. If I tell you 1 doubles is $7, well, that's too expensive. 1 doubles is $5. How you gonna find for 16 doubles? What you gonna do? If I tell you 1 doubles costs $5, how would you find how much 16 doubles is cost?
They multiply
You multiply the 5 by
the 5 by the 16. How much is that?
5 by
Doubles.
16, right? So if I know that 1 share is 7 stickers, how would I find for 16 shares?
You multiply by 16.
I multiply what by 16?
The 7.
Yep, the 7 by the 16. Right? If it's confusing you, look at it more carefully here, right?
Oh, there's something wrong there. I want to do. I want to have.
Altogether, we have 16 shares. So that's what we're trying to find for. We're trying to find for 16 shares. So if I know 1 share is 7 stickers, then I'll multiply both sides by 16 to find for 16 shares, which is the total. So I'll say 7 by 16, and that would tell me the total number of stickers. What's 7 by 16, guys?
112.
Right? Now, Sachin, I see you get the correct answer, but working is a very important part of how you answer the question. Yeah. So so Sachin, you can't just the working that you provided to me, it is the correct answer, but the structure of it is a bit wonky. So you have to work on how you structure your working.
I see that a little confusion.
Yeah. So, Carla, I'm gonna let you take the floor, and I want you to explain the question to the class, because after today, I have to make sure you understand the thing, right? And if you have any problems, people in the class, or they could ask Carla. But Carla, give it a go. Every time I see your name, I just remember in Boyo and Carla and thing way. Hey. I wouldn't say Arel Ole, but I know about Boyo and Carla and thing. I don't know if these young, like these newer gen, will understand Boyo and Carla. Anybody here know about Boyo and Carla? Sheila,
Yes, I had a
Yes,
book
sir.
somewhere, you know. I had to look for it.
okay. I still don't know about Boyo and Carla and thing. I still don't know about that. Hey boy. Anyways, Carla, the stage is yours. See if you can explain the question.
Okie dokie. Yes, sir. Right. Very good. So the question stated that Emma, Kaya, and Zara shared stickers in a ratio of 5:3:8. Respectively, Zara received 35 more stickers than Kaya. Calculate the total number of stickers shared. So the first thing you stated, well, you're writing, is the ratio each person gets. So
Wait,
Emma
we
get
didn't say
5.
the ratio each student gets. I would say the number of shares each person gets. Number of shares.
So the number of shares each person get was Emma got 5 shares, Kaya got 3 shares, and Zara got 8 shares.
Good.
After that, now you need to find out. They also stated Zara received 35 more stickers than Kaya. So because Zara received more than Kaya, you put on Zara minus Kaya, you can equal 35 stickers because she got 35 more than Kaya.
Perfect. You're going real good so far. Continue.
Oh, gosh.
You're going good.
Right. Then you will put on how much Zara is different between Zara and Kaya, right? How much shares difference they have. So that you will get 5 shares difference when you subtract the amount of shares between Zara and Kara. So you will get 5.
Mhm.
Then to find out um five.
So, Carla,
That's all.
think about
We
it,
have
right?
a cool setting here.
Nah, you can do it. Ale, and Carla could do it. Ale, give Carla some gas.
That's not.
All your support, all your players, boy. Ale moving around.
So they support it at all.
Hey, boy. All you giving she no gas, boy.
Come
Hey.
on, Kaya. Kala, you could do it.
Right. So Carla, when
Mm-hmm.
you look at this question, what do you think is the most important thing you have to find for before you can find
How
the
much is
total number?
one? You
You
have to
said
find out how much one shares and one
yes,
sticker. Right.
yes. That is the most important thing. You have to find how much one share is in terms of stickers. That is the most important thing. So the whole purpose of us doing this is to form a what?
To
We do that.
find the
We do that to form a. Wait, what do you call this? With a equal sign in the middle. Talk to me. What do you call that?
equation.
Yes, a equation because both of them talking about the difference between Zara and Kai. In
Mm,
terms of different things. Over here we're talking about the difference in stickers, and over here we're talking about the
sticker.
difference in shares. But at the end of the day, we're talking about the difference between both of them. So 5 shares will correspond to 35 stickers. So what next?
And then we have to find out how much is one share.
Good.
Yeah. No, I don't want to put from. So sorry about that. I and work too.
No problem. Carl, I'll put in the effort there.
All right. So once I find out how much, you may need to find out how much one shares is equivalent to.
Right? So one
So,
share want to be
so one share is when you minus the 35 from the 5.
nah, take your time.
No, that's not like stickers. Sorry. I'm watching my thing again, mix up here.
Let me put it full work here. I cannot skip out some stuff. If I want to find for one share, I'd actually have to divide by 5 on both sides. Let me show you why. 5 into 5 is 1,
One.
right? And 5 into 35 gives us
Um, five, five, four, four, five, five. 7.
good. So one share, we found out one share to be
7 too.
good.
No,
Good, yeah, because 35 divided by 5 is 7. And now we want to find the total number of stickers shared. So how I figure that out? Why?
when you
Yeah, wanna add up?
add up all the amount of shares,
Mm-hmm.
you
So
add up all the amount of shares and you multiply by the 7.
exactly, because if one share is 7 and to find for 16, I would just multiply 7 by 16.
By 7 by 16. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that makes sense. Good job. Good job. Yeah. Are you okay with this ratio question thing? Kyron, if this come, Kyron, you handling it?
So yes, I give me some for homework. And I'll be good.
Yes, sir.
No problem. So I give you some homework. Right? Videsh, you okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And by the way, Videsh was the only person that do the homework, from last class. Videsh is the only person I get homework from.
So we were supposed to send the homework.
Why I think I'll do it for? I understand it, I don't see it. I don't see it, you know what I mean? Because like you could get the correct answer, but like your working could be real bad and you'd lose a lot of marks for how your working is. I need to see how you're working. I need to see how you're working through the question.
So
Yeah.
question is, if you use a calculator for 64 maths,
Yeah. You can use it for paper 2, but you can't use it for paper 1. Yeah. The paper 2 is the structured paper. Like the questions we're doing right now, this is from a paper 2. Yeah. Right? Let's continue. So Chiron, read part C for me.
In a sale, all prices are reduced by 15%. Blake buys a book which has an original price of $16.40. Calculate how much he pays for the book.
So, Chiron, walk me through this question. I think you can figure this one out.
So the original price is $16.40 and the price is reduced by 15%.
Right?
So if you minus 50% by the 100%, you could get 85%. And if you find 85% of the 1640, you could get the how much you pay for the book.
That's correct. So I need a little understand that the original amount of money would have been the 100%, right? So this actually represents you paying 100%, right? Because that's the original price. Are you all with me when I say that $16.40 is the original amount of money you pay? So that represents you paying full price or 100%. 100% is like full amount. Are you with me?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
If I reduce the price, am I adding to the 100% or am I taking away from the 100%?
Taken away.
Taken away, sir.
Exactly, and taken away. So we would actually be paying 100% minus 15%, which is actually 85%. This is the amount, this is the percentage of the original we will be paying. So from here, I'll say 85 over what? If it's 85%, that's going to be 85 over what?
100, sir.
100.
Good. And here's a good way to remember it. What's the maximum percentage? Like when you think of percentage, right, you typically think of 0% or what?
100.
100. So it makes sense that you put 85 over the full amount, which is 100%. So 85 over 100. And we're going to multiply that by what?
The original price, which is $16.40.
Right, so plug that into your calculator and let me know what you get. Now, some of you all might do this craziness. You do that. That's wrong. You can't cancel out zeros like that. Not in that context.
13.94, sir.
Let me just verify that. $13.94 again.
Yes, sir.
That's correct. Guys, I'm working on a question booklet that tests the entire syllabus. I will release it sometime in the middle of the holidays, and I'll let you know our price. Yeah, but like it should cover the whole syllabus, and I'll provide answers with it as well.
Digital.
I'll try to print it. I'll try to print it. Yeah. Right, but it will have answers, and I'll mention like, okay, in all the questions. Okay, wouldn't it be nice? Like here this, guys. Wouldn't it be nice if you could see directly which like sub part in the syllabus you're testing? Like every question you do, wouldn't it be nice if you saw what are testing in the syllabus?
Yes, sir.
So like all the questions, I reference it to the objective I'm covering in the syllabus, right? So you know that you're doing things from the syllabus. Yeah. So I'll sell it. I mean, I'll sell it eventually. Currently working on it. Right. Now this is one way you could have done it. So you will actually be paying $13.94. So Sachin, let me know if you understand this or not.
Is it?
Okay, good. So that's one way you could have done the question. This is fine. Could anybody tell me another way you could have done the question? Neil, you want to tell me another way you could have done the question?
Um,
Neela, cook. You could do it. You don't know how we could do the question. Let's tell them that are reducing the price by 15%. This kind of question represents what kind of question? Starts with D. Is that what kind of question? Kind of question.
I'm not sure, sir.
Anytime you drop any price, they giving you a what? What are they giving you? Anytime they drop any price, they giving you a what?
A decrease?
The-
A discount, right? So a discount. So Neela, would you be able to use that percentage to find the discount?
Yes, sir.
Talk to me. How would I do that? How would I find the discount?
By multiplying the 15% by 16.40, sir.
Now you're not just gonna multiply 15%, right? You'll have to convert it to what?
A smaller fraction.
Well, a fraction, right? A fraction. So we could actually find a discount, and a discount would be 15 over 100 multiplied by
16.40 over 1.
right 16.40. What are we equal to?
2.46, sir.
2.46, right? So from here, so Neela, if you gain a discount at $2.46, how much will you actually pay? So tell me, Neela, if you gain a discount at $2.46, what does that mean?
Minus 16.40 by 2.46.
Right, so I'll minus 2.46 from $16.40, right?
Yes, sir.
And what I get, guys, what do you think I'll get?
13.94, sir.
Yeah. Which one would I rather do? Would I rather find the discount and take it away from the total? Or you rather just find the discount, I mean the percentage you pay in and get the answer one time? What would I rather do?
First. All right, first.
Okay.
First one, sir.
Now, here what? What if I jacked up the price by 15%? What if I said raised by 15%? Then what percentage would you be paying then? Anybody can tell me? If I tell you I raise the price by 15%, what percentage should be paying?
150.
115, yes. Yeah, because I'm raising the price now. So I add any 15 to the 100. And I would find 115 over 100, and I would get my answer. Cool. Let's move on. All right. Now, second. All right, so let's continue. So, Kyron, help me with this question. Give it a read.
Jude pays $27.20 for a toy. Calculate the original price of the toy.
So, Kyron, the amount he pays for the toy, is that the original amount?
No, that is from the 15%, the
Correct.
price reduced.
I'll understand that, eh? They're saying at the start, all prices are reduced by 15%. So this $27.20 the boy paying for the toy, that's actually what percentage?
85%.
Good. And if they want us to find the original price, what percentage that will be?
100%.
So we know that 85% is actually equal to the $27.20, right? That's how much he paid.
Yeah.
So we think I should do now. I should do it.
Well, to find the original price, you should put the 27.20 over the 85 and multiply by 100.
All right. I presume I just learned that in school. I want to show you
Yeah.
a different way to do it, right?
Okay.
So you see in this question, right? We found for one share, and then we found for 16.
Yes.
In this question, we could find for 1%, and then we could find for what percent? What do you think?
100%.
Correct. So I could divide both sides by what? If I want to find for 1%, I would have to divide both sides by.
Mm,
I want to find for 1%. This is 85%. What would I find for 1? I got to divide both sides by what?
27.20
Now, if I divide
by 85.
right, because 85 over 85 is what? 85,
1%.
right. So 1% is actually just 27.20 all over 85, right? And if I know what 1% is, how would I find for 100?
So when you calculate that, you can just multiply it by 100.
Yep, because 1 by 100 is 100%. So 100% would actually be $27.20 over 85 by 100, which is what you tell me. But this is why it works.
Okay.
When you plug that into your calculator, you'll get the original price. So let me know what you get for that.
$32.
Exactly 32.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And you're dealing with money, so you should put the 0.00, right? Don't just put 32.
Yes.
Don't just put 32, guys. Do not just put 32. 32.00. You're dealing with money. Anybody think they could explain to me how I did this question? Anybody feel like they can explain it? Nia, you think you can explain it?
I think so.
Talk to me.
So, in the first question, they said all prices are reduced. And I said, yeah, all prices are reduced by 15%. So, in a full percent, there's 100. So, if it's reduced, you have to minus 15%, which would be 85. In this case, they said 27. Jude pays 27.20 for a toy. Calculate the original price of a toy. So the original price is on 27.20. That's the price with the reduction. So to find for the original price, you'll have to say the 27.20 over the 85, which is the reduction percent,
Wait,
and you multiply that by 100.
let me start back. Wait, give me a second. I want to make sure that I understand this fully. Like, fully. So tell me, how I know 85% is 27.20?
because that's the reduction price.
Correct.
And okay.
Right? You're going good. That's a reduced price.
So then to calculate the original price, for that the percentage of that would be 100. So you'll have to divide the 27.20 by the 85 and multiply that by the 100, which is the original price,
Yeah,
to get the answer.
that's correct. We divide them by 85 so we could find for 1%. And then we could scale up that 100 times to find 100%. Yeah. Right? Good. Let's move on. Right? Kyron, I know you the one that gets in section one of the exams, so that's why I'm doing this for you mainly. So read question 2 for me.
Given that A is equals to P minus Q over 2R, find the value of A when P is equals to 2 and Q is equals to -1 and R is equals to 1.
Right. Tell me what to do.
So you could substitute the value. So A is equal to 2 minus -1.
I'm looking right. I feel I should put brackets.
You should put brackets.
I should put brackets, right. Because I'm looking a bit funky. All over.
All over 2
By
2 by 1.
so Carla, does this question intimidate you?
Yes, sir.
There's no reason to be intimidated, you know. Look at this. They're telling you what A is in terms of P, Q, and R. So they're telling you A is equal to P minus Q all over 2R. Now, I know you're seeing a bunch of letters and you're thinking, oh my God, that's real scary. But real simple, you know. Watch. They want you to find the value of A and it's telling you what P, Q, and R is. So, Carla, what are they telling us P is?
P is equals to 2.
So, anywhere I see P, I just can't write what
Yes.
instead.
Okay.
I can write that 2 instead. Yeah?
2. Mhm.
Then we have minus Q. And what's Q?
-1.
Right. So I already had a minus here, so I'll put back the minus. And then I'm going to replace Q for what it was. What's Q?
-1.
Right. So I put a -1 in brackets. You typically put negative numbers in brackets, right? And then in denominator, we have 2R. So I put back the 2. And then I replace R with
1.
that's all. That's just literally it, Carla. There's nothing hard about this. I tell you, it's nothing hard about it. It's real simple. Right? And then, Chiron, notice we have a negative and a negative. So what happened there?
It could be positive.
I'll turn to +1. So, Carla, a negative by negative is a positive, right? Negative by negative is a positive. So, negative by -1 is +1. And then, Chiron, we have 2 by 1 here, which is
2.
2. 2 plus 1 is
3. So it could be 3 over 2.
that's all.
Did I get it?
That's it.
Mm.
That's it. Now, this second question is one that would have given some students trouble. Yeah? All right. Well, this is algebra. All right, so Chiron, they want me to make what the subject of the formula according to the question. What do they want me to make the subjects?
Q.
Yeah. They said express Q in terms of A, P, and R. So they want us to make Q the subject of the formula. Are you like working with fractions? You might hear all the like
No, sir.
No, sir.
no, I hate working with fractions. So what's the denominator in this question?
Three, two R.
Yeah, the 2r. I want to get rid of that 2r. So Shina, if I want to get rid of the 2r, what should I multiply by on both sides? Shina, I want to get rid of the 2r. So what should I multiply by on both sides? What would cancel off with the 2r?
The 2R.
Say that again, Shina. I'm not
Last
hearing,
was called.
I'm not hearing Shina, but come on again, color.
Then multiply cancel by itself.
Exactly. So
Multiply.
I would multiply both sides by 2r. After I'm done with this, I will show you all the cross multiplication method, but nothing is wrong with this. So Olivia, if I try to get rid of okay, it's not hard. I promise it's not hard, right? Videsh. Over here doing what by 2r? What are you doing there?
Dividing.
Dividing by 2r. So if I wanna cancel that operation, I'll do the opposite. What's the opposite of dividing by 2r?
Multiplying by 2r.
Exactly. And if I do something on one side, I need to do it on the
Next side.
exactly. So I'm gonna multiply everything by 2r. So on the left hand side, we're gonna happen.
Multiplied by 2r.
And now I wanna put what? It's simpler than you think. A by 2r is Vidish. I went trouble with that one.
I'm not sure.
It's real simple, you know, let me show you. It'll just be 2AR.
Hmm?
That's all. Okay, you're probably confused. I'm gonna go it over again, right? So you have A, and then multiplying that by 2R, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're multiplying everything over here. So that's A by 2 by R. When you're multiplying, the order doesn't matter, right? I could switch up this and it will literally be the exact same thing. And if you're confused, let me give you a simple example. What's 2 by 5?
10.
What's 5 by 2?
10.
Did we get a different answer?
No.
Same answer. So instead of writing A by 2 by R, we typically put the number in front. So I could say 2 by
By A. R.
which is just
2AR.
exactly, that's just 2AR. So if I'm multiplying both sides by 2R, this is just going to be 2 what?
2AR.
Exactly, 2AR. You understand?
Yeah.
On the right hand side, you know, we did the opposite of dividing by 2R. So we're gonna happen to that 2R.
It would just be multiplied 2R.
Right. And the point I'm trying to make is if you perform the opposite operation, it's gonna cancel off. So what's the only thing you have on your right hand side?
P take away Q.
Exactly. So the only thing you have is P minus Q. Again, if you are confused, on the right hand side, we were dividing by 2R. So to get rid of that, I multiply by 2R on both sides. The 2R is going to cancel off on the right hand side to leave you with P minus Q. That's why we multiply by 2R, to get rid of the fraction. All you understand or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, what did I want to make the subject?
Q.
Q. If I want to make Q the subject, I need to isolate Q. So Videsh, what should I do next? If I want to isolate the Q. Videsh, these kind of questions get some trouble.
Yeah.
All right. Videsh, when I say isolate Q, I mean that I want Q to be the only thing on whatever side it's on. So here what VH, where's the Q? Where's the Q?
On the right side.
Right, so you need to isolate the Q. What you have over here? Do you just have Q?
No.
What you also have there?
P minus Q.
So you have a P, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we should probably move across the P. So right now, this is positive P or negative P? What do you think that is?
Positive P.
Right, positive P. So if you move across positive P, what would that turn to?
2 ARP.
Nah. Let me show you this in a different way. So you want to get rid of P, right? What would I do to get rid of P? Would I add P? Would I take away P? Would I divide P? What would I do?
You take away P.
I would take away P. Right? I would take away P on both sides. So should it be 2ARP or should it be 2AR minus P?
2AR minus P.
Good. 2AR minus P. And that will be equal to?
Equal to 2AR.
Wait, now take your time. So I moved across the P. So it's now 2AR minus P. What's the only thing on this side now?
Q.
Positive Q or negative Q?
Negative Q.
Negative Q. Do I want to find for negative Q or do I want to find for Q?
No, that's Q.
Right. So, right? I'll give me a second again. I'll call. Yeah. I don't know if you're hearing me.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, Videsh, I have minus Q, right? But I want to find for Q, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. If I had minus 5, what could I do with minus 5 to make it positive 5?
Add 5.
Nah, if I add 5, that'll be 0.
No,
Minus 5 plus 5 is 0.
add 10.
I could do that, yeah. I could do that, but nah, let me not think like that. Well, I could multiply minus 5 by to get positive 5.
So -5.
Now, if I multiply negative 5 by negative 5, that'll be positive 25. So negative 5 by what? Or would I multiply negative 5 by to get positive 5? That's a question. That's my question for you, Vilesh. Negative 5 by what would give me positive 5? I still need law and mute. You know the answer. I know you know the answer. Yeah, Videsh. Here what?
So is you can multiply negative pi by negative 1.
Yeah, that's it. Right? You know what? Because 5 by 1 is. What's 5 by 1?
5.
5. And negative by negative is?
Positive.
Exactly. So if I want to, let's just say I had negative x, right? And I wanted to
Mhm.
get positive x. What do you think I will multiply negative x by?
Negative x.
Nah, negative x by negative x is positive x squared. I promise you it's the exact same thing I just do. Well, negative 5 by what is positive 5? Remind me. Negative 5 by what is positive 5?
Negative 5 by 1. Negative 1.
Right. So if I wanted to get positive x, I will multiply negative x by. Is the same thing? I'm not playing on tricks on you. It's the exact same thing. Negative x by.
Negative what?
Yeah. You know why? Because, okay, what's 1 by x?
X.
Right? And what is negative by negative?
A positive.
Right. What I multiply negative 7 by to get positive 7?
Negative 1.
What would I multiply negative k by to get positive k?
Negative 1.
Exactly, negative 1. So if I want to get positive q, what would I multiply both sides by?
Negative 1.
Correct. So what's negative 1 by 2ar? So you have a positive here by a negative. Where's a positive by a negative? What's a positive by a negative?
A negative.
Correct. So this 2ar is going to turn to what? This positive,
Negative 2ar.
right? And this negative p is going to turn to what?
Positive p.
And that negative q will turn to what?
Positive q.
Right. So you see how we have q on one side by itself?
Mm-hmm.
You just made q the subject. So if you want, you can flip it around now. So you could just say q is equal to minus 2ar plus p, and that's it.
No.
That's one way you could do the question. Let me show you another way you could do the question. Right? So we starting off the same way. So we have a is equal to p minus q all over 2r, right? We do not like fractions, so again, I can multiply by what on both sides?
2r.
I can multiply by 2r on both sides since I hate working with fractions. If I do that, what am I going to end up with?
2ar.
Right. Good. And what will I end up with on your right-hand side? Tell me, Vinesh. If I divide it by 2r and I multiply by 2r, what happened with those 2r's?
It will cancel out.
Exactly. So what's the only thing on your right-hand side then?
P minus q.
Correct. P minus q. Here's the other thing you could do, right, Vinesh? You see this minus p? What I'm saying, you see this minus q?
Yeah.
You could take that and you could move it across. Right? And you see this 2ar, you can move that across. Let me explain. So we're doing two things in one step. It's kind of advanced. If you move across a minus q, what will become?
A positive q.
You with me?
Yeah.
Right? I'll write back the p. And then I'll move across the 2ar. If I move across 2ar, what I'll turn to?
Negative 2ar.
And that's it. Now, you might be saying, sir, but this answer and this answer looking a bit different. It's the exact same thing. Watch. Positive p. And both are positive p, right? And then minus 2ar is the exact same thing. Exact same thing. And if you wanted, you could write this as p minus 2ar if you'd like. It's fine. It's another way of writing the same thing. Yeah. Right? Let me know if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Now, I can give you another question just to make sure, right? And well, the other way you could have do the question is with cross multiplication. So we have A is equal to P minus Q all over 2R. Now, if we want to do cross multiplication, you'll have to write both terms as a fraction. Now, A is the same thing as A over what? Does anybody know? A is the same thing as A over what?
A over 1.
Yeah, A over 1. If you're confused, right, Carla? You confused or you understand now?
I'm following so far.
If anybody confused at all, right? 5. What's 5 over 1?
5, sir.
The 5.
5. Cool. So what do you think A over 1 is?
The
Yes, sir.
8.
That's A. Cool. So if I write A is A over 1, I'm not changing anything. It's still A. So now I cross multiply. I'm going to cross multiply. So, Videsh, we're going to multiply 1 by P minus Q. Now, if you're confused, Videsh, okay, what's 1 by 5? Tell me, Videsh, what's 1 by 5?
5.
Right? So we think 1 by P minus Q is.
P minus Q.
Exactly, P minus Q.
Excuse
And
me, I
then,
had a
you gotta leave now?
yes.
No problem. Right? And in class now, actually. Right? Yeah. So Videsh, now we're gonna do 2R by E. What that will be?
2A. 2AR.
Cool. 2R. You tell me how would I make Q the subject of the formula now?
You bring it across.
You're gonna bring across what?
The P.
If I do that, what would the next line look like?
Then you have no wait that's bringing across the 2AR.
Wait, let me keep on going on this road, right? So I'll move across the P. Okay. What's up in the next line? Since I move across the P, what I have on your left hand side now?
The negative Q.
So I write back minus Q. Okay. What gonna write on your right hand side?
2AR.
But we move across.
The P.
So
So
that
it
P.
will be negative P.
Okay. What to do next? We're not done. We are not done.
Bring across the 2AR.
Now we wanted
So
to
it will
make
be
what the subject.
Q.
Q. You tell me to make Q the subject. What we have to do next?
Yeah, make the numbers positive.
We're gonna make make what? You said numbers. Which is that bit?
The P and the Q.
Wait, you wanna make what the subject?
The Q.
The Q. So we had to make what positive then?
The Q alone.
The Q alone. That's the only thing we care about, right, Videsh? So right now, okay, so you tell me what I should do then. What I should do? What should I do?
Multiply the Q by the P.
No, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. So Videsh, how would I so I want to make Q the subject of the formula, right? So I want only Q. Right now I have negative Q. We talked about this trick earlier. How could I make negative Q turn to Q?
Multiply it by -1.
Right. Am I only going to multiply the negative Q by -1 or everything by -1?
No, everything on the right and the left.
Good. So I'll multiply everything by -1. So what is the next line going to look like?
Q equals 2AR that's P. 2Q
Take your time. I'm multiplying
Q
everything by -1. Everything. Everything by -1.
Q equals 2ARP
Nah.
plus P.
Right? Videsh, added the real take your time. And over here, where you have
2AR
not just 2AR, as positive 2AR. And then multiplying that by,
a negative. So it will be negative 2AR.
right. And I'm multiplying negative P by,
-1.
here what? Anytime you multiply by -1, you change any sign. That's the simplest way I can put it. So that was positive 2AR, that turns to negative 2AR. That negative P gone turns to what?
Positive.
Good. Cool. So Videsh, anytime you try to make something the subject, right? Let me just say you had negative y plus c is equal to r, and I wanted it to make y the subject of the formula, right? How would I make y the subject there? You tell me.
Multiply all by -1 and then just bring it across.
Bring across what? The y or the c?
DC.
Alright, I like what you're thinking. So what's the first thing? What's the first thing I should do?
Multiply by -1.
What would the equation turn to now?
The positive y negative c equals -r.
What would I do next?
Bring across DC.
So you tell me what the next line should look like then.
Y equals -r plus c.
Badness. Get my about C. Pick up yourself. Build up yourself. That's it. That is it. Yeah. So that was it for class today. Do a bunch of stuff. At least all they get to see the new structure, right? The exam next year will be different from how it has been for like the past how much ever years. So look out for a session during the holidays. I'll do a detailed session where I go over the new syllabus. And I will do the specimen paper. That'll be alive. That'll be free. Right? So I'll let you know. Or you could join the Zoom. But I hope you have a good night. Right? Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
So question.
Wait, talk to Makala.
So we just go and find so all your this video here. I want to go back into the chat.
Right, so all you had to do is go in the group chat.
All right. Go in the group chat.
You're gonna press Form 5 Math 5 to the top, like on top, and you're gonna press read more. Go under the group description, and in the
Read
group
more.
description, you'll see class recording. Just press that link and you'll see all the class recordings.
Okay. All right, I got you.
Not a problem. Right, so have a blessed night. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good
Bye,
night.
sir.
Bye, sir.